All right. Good morning, Judith.
Good morning, Sonya.
Welcome to Coach's Cup. I'm Sonya Green from SonyaGreenCoaching.com.
And I'm Judith Vendor with Judith Vendor Coaching.
All right. This morning, we have another awesome topic. We're talking about emotional adulthood. So, we're talking about emotional adulthood today, and this can be a really empowering topic. Sometimes when people first hear about it, it's one of those topics that they can be resistant to, get a little pushback. I know when I'm working with a client and I have to point out, this may not be somebody else's problem. This is probably your problem. They don't always take that so well.
Right.
But it can be a really empowering topic.
For sure. Same with my clients. I use this a lot with weight loss clients, and understanding that, that it's all their responsibility to take full ownership of exactly where they're at in their life with their choices.
Yeah. Yeah. And so the first point, that's a great segue. The first point is we're going to talk about taking responsibility for both your joy and your pain. So you get some good with your bad.
Right? 50-50.
Yeah. Yeah. So tell me how that works with your weight loss clients.
Well, for many of my clients, weight loss will happen. They can be motivated. They can have many actions that they are taking to get things in place, but it's really that final step when they take full ownership of that. It's when they eat the chips off plan, and instead of blaming their spouse, that they realize that it was them, that the spouse and the chips had nothing to do with their choices.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm going to have a little confession time here. I have to admit, I still have moments where I want to put the blame for something that I eat on somebody else.
Blaming and making themselves a victim. Yeah. I think, I know.
Yeah, and emotional adulthood is not about that. When we truly are ready to take responsibility. I see it a lot in clients with their relationships. Maybe it's a relationship with a spouse, maybe it's with a child, but it's that same idea. You have to take ownership. If you don't like the response that you're getting from someone, that doesn't mean that you have a license to turn around and turn that on them. It's all of what your thoughts are about the process. It really is key.
The same way with weight loss. You can't blame external factors for your choices. You have to take full responsibility for what you are putting in your mouth.
Yeah. The next one, not expecting other people to make us happy. These are things that I think they're important because they go against the things that we have learned in our culture over our lifetime. When we're young and we're taught to look for, or not taught, but when we think about looking for a partner someday, it's somebody who's going to make me happy, right? That's the fairy tale. Somebody who's going to make me happy. Well, the truth of the matter is somebody else can't make me happy.
What? What are you telling me? Talk to me more, Sonya.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of mind-blowing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not until we realize that we have the power to make ourselves happy that we're really going to find anyone with whom we're compatible.
Right. And that's the same with weight loss and food. The food is never going to make you happy. The chips, the bagels, the croissants, the whatever you insert is not going to give you joy. Your thoughts about the food are making you happy in the moment, but in the end, right, it's what you're getting, the result that you're not happy with. It's not really what you wanted. So the mind management, so good.
Yeah. All right. Not expecting other people to make us feel secure.
Yeah, I think you had a good example for that one. What was that?
Yeah. Well, in relationships, we often want people to make us feel secure. for example, I never, ever ask my husband how something looks on me unless I want just a really honest opinion. Because even if he says something, how often do you get that deer in the headlight look when you ask your husband, how does this look on me? Because his immediate thought is, I can't win.
Right. And let me get, like, your husband's an attorney, right, Sonya?
Yeah.
He's like, wait a minute. Am I on trial here? What's
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
What's the ulterior motive? We can't find that security. If he says, oh, that looks awesome on you, if my mind is not in the right place, I'm going to go somewhere like, he's just saying that. He just wants to get out of giving me a real answer. So I'm not going to find security in his answer anyway. So I just don't ask.
I think that point, like this example, is just super helpful for, like, what woman doesn't understand this, right? Whoever you're asking, it's you've got to create that with your own thoughts about you.
Yeah. And how have you done that over time? I mean, because it takes work, right? It's not something that just happens. We don't automatically just suddenly feel secure in whom we are.
Wow. So I think you just set my brain thinking, there was a time where I can remember having many insecurities, especially one example, I was going to travel overseas. I wanted to travel overseas. And I had, this really terrible thought. I was feeling very insecure about myself that I thought of fat American. I'm just going to say it, traveling to Europe. And I felt very insecure. And I really worked on my thought work through some coaching that I had, and transitioned from that to, that's just a thought I'm thinking. That's just a thought I'm thinking. And that's been about 3 years ago, to where now, like, the thought never, like, things just don't even cross my mind like that. That's just an example that I can draw on, that the value of mind management and owning, the responsibilities all on me to create my secure feelings with my thoughts. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think many. I know, as I've struggled with my weight over the years, I will sometimes have those thoughts of, well, they're going to think I'm lazy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think that's something that I've seen a lot of women, especially if they have a weight problem, they try to overachieve because they're trying to somehow make up for that with other people. They're trying to negotiate, when, it's about your own thought management. What do you really believe? And that's something that doesn't take care of itself typically with weight loss. I mean, you can lose weight and you're still going to find other reasons to have those feelings.
Right. And it was really holding me back from the thought of traveling. And I really wanted to go, but that thought was very powerful. So I was able to go and manage my mind. This insecurity was there, but I was, working it out, and had a great time.
Awesome. All right. So the last one, and this, again, it goes back to our childhood, understanding that we're the only ones who can hurt our feelings.
True.
How many times when you're a kid did your parents, you had siblings, I was an only child, but I still had cousins, but how many times did your parents make you apologize for hurting one of your siblings' feelings?
Well, I was the baby of the family. So
Yeah.
I would go to my parents and be like, Mom, James did this, so Mom was put on the spot of, she didn't want me to have hurt feelings, and she wanted my brother to, take the blame and apologize to me. So, but there I was, feeling like a victim. And here, and it carries into adulthood, where we can very easily want to blame, even like COVID, right? I mean, that's like something we can talk about that everyone in the United States, the world, is dealing with, creating this victim mentality and not taking full ownership of our feelings around it. And it's a lot of feelings.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of anxiety.
Mm.
We're looking at going back to school right now, and I have people in my department who are worried because they have health issues,
Right.
and it's easy to become overwhelmed. But in the way that we're the only ones who can hurt our feelings, we're also the only ones who can take control and gain power over them in some way. And that's why we really want to strive for emotional adulthood, I think.
It feels so much better than being an emotional child
Hmm.
when when you can own your feelings and see what you're creating with your thoughts. And as I think about COVID, just I don't want to say I have peace of mind, Sonia. What do I feel? Um, I feel confident,
Yeah.
self-confident about my relationship with COVID and the steps that I'm taking, and my fears and my anxieties and my mind management.
Yeah.
It's really,
It's empowering.
it is. It's a good place to be. Hmm.
Yeah. And that's where we want to be. I mean, whether it's a relationship with our spouse,
Hmm.
think about when you show up already feeling secure in your thoughts. When you show up and think, huh, that outfit looks good on me. And you don't go ask your husband. I mean, that's a win-win, right? You
Right?
already feel good about yourself. He doesn't get the deer in the headlight look
Yeah.
and have to answer this no-win question. And it creates a better situation for everybody. Not expecting people to make us happy. How much time do we waste on not just expecting them to make us happy, but then lamenting the fact that they're not making us happy?
Hmm.
It's time wasted, it's time lost. And if you can give that up and understand that you own that power, wow, what a trade.
So good. I just love everything you said. It's such a nice wrap up for
Yeah.
emotional adulthood.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks a lot for being with us today, and we'll see you again next week on the Coaches Cup.
All right. Oh, bye.
Bye bye.